Hi, it's EZosophy Ann, the founder of the EZosophy philosophy. Last night I had a dream, and in the dream I was telling somebody about an idea I had to do for the EZosophy video. And it was, I'll tell you what the idea was, and I didn't want to forget it, so I woke up and I wrote it down. Well, I was just looking for it, and apparently when I woke up from the dream where I was telling somebody what I was going to do, I woke up into another dream, and I thought that I wrote it down, but the pad beside my bed is not the same pad that I wrote it down on in my mind, so I want to see if I can get it because I dreamed about this twice, so I believe it must be an important message for me to get to you. And that is, there was a song in the 60s by Leslie Gore. It was, "It's my party and I'll cry if I want to." Well, in this dream, I had a totally different perspective of that dream. And it went something like that. And that is, it's your party and you can cry if you want to, but your party is your life. Your party is your life. And if you cry throughout your life, then your life is going to be desolate and miserable. It's okay to cry a little, but to cry all the time, it's absolutely not going to work, because life is not meant to be about suffering. Life is meant to be about joy. Crying is like dying. We don't need to cry 24 hours a day. We don't need to cry, "Oh, I wish something were different. Oh, my life is terrible. Oh, why me, why me?" I heard Ram Dass speak in the 80s, and he told this story. He was with a woman who was dying of cancer, and he would go in and be in her room, and she would cry during the day, and she would be upset. And he finally looked at her and said, "Do you have to die 24 hours a day? I mean, you're not even really dead. Can't you enjoy the time you've got here?" And I love that he had the courage to tell her that, because even though it is very sad often to die and to leave things in the world, there are many people who go out with a smile on their face, who are luminous, who face this time of transition from having a physical body to not having a physical body. So it's our party, and we can cry if we want to. But there's a song that I learned many years ago, and it was like, "Why worry when you can pray?" Or "Why worry when you can dance?" Or "Why worry when you can sing?" Why worry when you can create? Why worry when you can share? Why worry when you can give other people appreciation? I am not saying that there are not difficult times during our lives. I'm saying that we develop this attitude of longing and grasping and crying, and we're at a party, and the party is called life, and this party is filled with joy. Much, 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 much joy. And our mind and our heart and our soul has everything that we need in the stillness of our being. But we have to learn to listen. Will we listen? Will we listen to the song of joy that's being played all the time, this infinite melody that moves through all creation? The only way we can do that is to be still. Just in the moment, we just take a moment, just a tiny snippet, just an instant, to be still and to be quiet and to tune in. It's like tuning. I don't know if you remember the old radio channel. I guess they still have those on cars where you have to tune in. We have to tune in to the Joy channel. We have to tune in to the EZosophy channel, the channel in which we let go of ego-driven struggle and suffering. We have to tune into the Peace channel, because it doesn't just fall through all of our defense layers of drama and upset and blame and shame and misery. We have to tune into that. And when we tune into that, it's like a light in a dark room. It just lights everything up. So when we're miserable and upset, if we light that candle in our miserable and upset room, the room illuminates. What we often do is that we go in the dark room of our lives and we try to learn where all of the furniture is in the dark so we can get around it in the dark, so we don't stub our toe, because when we first go in there, we walk into things and bump our noses and stub our toes. But later on, we learn where everything is positioned so we can get around all the obstacles, and we think we've got a really good life. But then if we just lit the candle, we don't even have to memorize where all the blocks are. We can just easily walk through the room. And so that's the way our problems and our difficulties and our hang-ups and our triggers are. They're like the furniture in a dark room. When we light that candle of joy, that candle of peace, that candle of ease, then we can see where the obstacles are, and we don't have to get rid of them. All we have to do is walk around them. So it's our party. And we can cry if we want to, but let's laugh. Let's have some joy. Let's bring some ease. It's okay to cry some, but not all the time. What moment during the day do you take to focus on the joy of living? Which minute did you take today? Yesterday? Unless we focus on something, it can't expand. It can't grow. If we don't plant a seed, a tree will never grow. And if we don't plant the seed of joy in our heart in the very moment, then it will never grow. So that's our job. We need to be planters of joy. We need to be planters of peace. We need to be planters of compassion. We need to be planters of abundance in our lives. And when we do, when we begin to do that, then when we have a party, we can really party. That's it. From EZosophy, Ann, and I want you to remember for sure that I love you.